Hello there. I'm naked, and what I want is to see you naked. I should have thought about that more. That's on me. I'm sorry. Don't go anywhere. Hello, my fellow hunters. Today I have a challenge to throw down in your direction. And should you accept this challenge, should you rise above all others, you will win a prize too. But before we get to the details, what's actually going on? Well, as you know, me and Cotton have a long history of trying to do something very foolish. That foolish thing is hunt monsters while wearing no armor. Literally naked. We started back in World and have continued it now through to Wilds, having to go with all the arch-tempered monsters while naked. And indeed Gogmazios too. And it's a lot of fun, because it adds a certain kind of tension that you just don't get anywhere. It's like playing with heroics, but without the damage benefit. You take one little hit from somewhere, and you're just gone. But there is actually a surprising amount of strategy involved, because you have to have very effective use of both your talisman, your weapon decorations, and indeed your weapon choice and how you play. And normally, just winning, just getting the kill, knowing that at most you can only get hit 3 or 4 times, once per cart depending on insurance, is such a fist-pumpingly yes moment that is oh so good to get in Monster Hunter. And we've had some highs. We managed to beat Raydao Arch-Tempered, which was great, and by we, I mean a lot of rocks beat Arch-Tempered Raydao, but hey, that's part of the strategy, using the map in a really nice way, and indeed other monsters too. If we did this in like Risebreak, wyvern riding would be a huge component. Hell, we even managed to get through Gogmazios while naked. But there's also been quite a few failures too, and I think the less time we spend dwelling on that, the better. But one thing that's always kind of come up is comments and people sending messages being like, I could do that. So I had a little bit of a, wait a minute, let's actually see how you guys do at this. And thus, naked hunting competition challenge thing was born. I'm gonna have to think of a better name for the whole thing. But the point is, I want to challenge you guys, any of you watching this, to hunt a hard monster while naked. Now, obviously, the monster will be that because you'll be naked hunting it. No, the target's going to be Arch-Tempered Jin Dahaad as our latest Arch-Tempered to kick things off. You'll see how me and Cotton did in a couple of days when the Pro and Noob comes out, but oh my! And how this will work is thusly. You'll get out there, you will attempt to kill him while wearing no armor, and I'll go over the specifics of that in a moment. And then the fastest time is going to win a prize. That prize being a lovely, sparkly $100. I really want to incentivize this, you know, I want to see some ridiculous runs. And it's entirely possible that multiple people will get through him again while naked. So of course the winner will be whoever does it the fastest. And then we'll take the top 3 entries or so, and maybe any spectacular failures. If there's any like super dramatic or interesting or unlucky or ridiculous failures, do submit them still, because that might well come up. But in any case, me and Cotton will sit down, watch the top 3 or so entries, any kind of special noteworthy ones too, in a Pro and Noob, react to them while also officially crowning the winner. And I think that'll be really, really fun. So, without further ado then, let's go over the actual nitty-gritty details of this competition for those of you that really want to get involved. So, the actual, naked part. The only rule when it comes to your equipment is that these 5 slots must say no equipment in them. That's the only hard and fast rule. You can do anything else with your talisman, with your mantle, and with your weapon. But the 5 main equipment slots have to have nothing in. And you need to show that at the start of the hunt and at the end of the hunt, and your submission clip must have no, bits edited out, etc, etc, so that's verifiable throughout. And of course, solo only. We might do a group one later down the line if you guys like this sort of competition and we end up doing another round. So that's kind of that. that. You can use your palico, you can not use your palico, and when it comes to support hunters, well, technically you can use them. However, if someone manages to do it without support hunters, but they are slower than someone who does it with support hunters, the fastest time without support hunters will still win. But if there is no other clear without support hunters, well then the fastest time with support hunters will take second place. So by that I mean it's not a bad idea to submit a successful kill with support hunters, because it might be that literally no one manages to do it without support hunters, so therefore the winner is going to be whoever does it the fastest with support hunters, if that makes sense. Basically, use support hunters at your own risk. The winning time will always favor anyone who manages to do it without, if that kind of comes across properly. Other than that, yeah, there is no other real rules you have to be aware of. You can do anything you want on the actual hunt, and employ any strategy you feel is best. I want to leave it as open as possible. There might be something ridiculous I've overlooked that will be getting submissions, and I'll be like, that we have to change for next time, but for now, I think that is the way to go. So, submission-wise then, simply have it either as an unlisted video on YouTube, or a Google Drive link for us. Make sure it's not private or doesn't need access requesting. Any way to transfer or show a video, and then email it to ragegaminggeneral@gmail.com. This will all be written down in the description too, so don't worry about remembering it from what I'm saying or rewatching this bit. It will all be down below in proper written out how you actually submit, but that is the way. And I hope inviting loads of people to flood my email with emails that will likely have naked in the title doesn't backfire in any way. So, without further ado, all that is left for me to say is good luck. Whoever kills Arch-Tempered dahaad the fastest while wearing literally no armor in the main 5 slots will win the grand prize, and you'll find out who that winner is in a Pro and Noob where me and Godden react to said winner. And I think that's going to be a grand old bit of shenanigans for us all to engage in together as a community. I actually am really excited to see weapon choices, strategy choices, talisman, weapon decoration choices, and all of that loveliness, because you have to actually kill it with some speed if you're going to be the fastest one, which means putting yourself a little bit in danger. And again, a reminder, if you have what you consider to be a pretty spectacular or agonizingly close or ridiculous fail, still send that in, because you never know what might happen. For now then, let me know what you think about this whole ordeal, this whole idea, and good luck. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more. Consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.